Yo, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Zach Lesage here from the Shuffle Squad. Today we're going to be covering over a deck that I think needs to be covered. Giratina VSTAR. Now, Giratina VSTAR was a very strong deck when Lost Origin first released. Had a little bit of a dip once Lugia came out in Silver Tempest, and hasn't really been the same since. Sure, it won a regional championships when paired with Arceus, but where is it now? I think that this new set, Paldea Evolved, has breathed a lot of life into this deck. So we're going to be covering it over, deck list, gameplay, you know it. So hopefully you're able to enjoy this video. If you haven't already, give this video a like, subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments what you want. All that stuff does help boost the YouTube algorithm. And that being said, after a short word from our sponsors, let's jump into this video. The Shuffle Squad is proudly sponsored by Ultimate Guard, PTCGL Store, and Atlas TCG. Check out the description below for discount codes and affiliate links to support the squad. Now it's time for the video. So here we have it, Giratina VSTAR. And Giratina VSTAR is all about hitting for a large amount of damage. So 280, put 2 energy attached to your Pokemon in play to the Lost Zone. And then you can just OHKO one of your opponent's Pokemon if you have 10. So when it comes to a Lost Zone deck, a lot of the times we're looking for a count of 4 in the Lost Zone to use Lost Provisions. We're looking for a count of 7 in the Lost Zone to activate Mirage Gate. Once we get to 10, we have the option of using a Lost Mine to spread 12 however we like, or to be able to use Star Requiem. If you want to have a deck profile that's going to confuse me, the one has a lot of names that are tough to pronounce, so my bad if I got anything wrong. But yeah, we have ways to get cards into the Lost Zone too. So when it comes down to it, we have access to Colress, looking top 5, grabbing 3, put 2 in the Lost Zone. We have access to Comfey. Comfey is going to be able to put 1 from the top 2 in the Lost Zone. We also have Tina V, so we could use Abyss Seeking, looking at the top 4, grabbing 2. So like a mini Colress. This is one of the reasons why this deck is good against Iono nowadays, because it's a big factor we gotta kind of look at. Abyss Seeking allows you to do some cool stuff. So in a typical game, we're going to be building up cards into the Lost Zone with Comfey, Colress, eventually going into a Cramorant. Once we get to the Mirage Gate turn is when we either want to start attacking with Tina VSTAR, or we can start attacking with Ninja. Trying to draw the most prize cards as possible, obviously, but look out for your opportunities to attack with either Ninja or with Tina. Mid to late game, we're going to be attacking with Tina and Sableye, and again with Greninja. Cramorant, we only play 1 because it's for the early game, and Manaphy is for a lot of the Chen Pao decks, the Lost Zone mirrors. There's a lot of decks that are playing some snipe stuff. Nothing too crazy that we got going on with this line. A lot of lists do not play Lost Vacuum, but sometimes maybe you want to get out of your own Path to the Peak, or maybe you want to get out of your own Temple of Sinnoh. Maybe there's just something you want to get rid of in play. Bravery Charm comes to mind. We have a lot of ways to search out our Pokemon. We have Path to lock our opponents. We have Temple of Sinnoh to lock our opponent out of their special energy. We do go with a 2 Roxanne, 1 Iono line here. Going Path Roxanne late game is a great way to steal some games. Cut Clara from this list to go with Super Rod when it came to Paldea Evolved, so I think that's a pretty nifty change. Nothing else that's like too crazy. We could use Choice Belt here to get some knockouts. It might actually be better to not use Choice Belt as I'm thinking about this, because the other card that we have here is Cleansing Gloves. Now, Cleansing Gloves says the attacks of that Pokemon this is attached to do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Psychic Pokemon. That's both Gardevoir, and that's both Gardevoir and Mew. So I'm going to actually just change the Choice Belt. If that ends up biting us, so be it. It is what it is. But I think the Cleansing Glove might be more appropriately positioned. This is a card that I'm probably going to flip-flop back on as the metagame progresses, or it might just be a mainstay of one or the other. So for the purpose of this video, we are going to go Cleansing Gloves. Keep in mind that Choice Belt, I think it's the other one, is Defiance Band. These cards have opportunities to see success in this format. See which one makes the most sense, because we're going to often be changing those. Pretty basic energy line here just to really power up our Pokemon, enough to make that happen. We do have 3 copies of Jet Energy. This does allow us to move from a Comfey from the bench to the active, or use all of our stuff, slap one onto a Tina, and attack with Lost Impact. More energies in play equals good to use Lost Impact. So like most other videos, the list is going to be available in the description. Otherwise, you can grab whatever we got going on here. It's also available in our Discord hangout if you're a Patreon member or if you're a YouTube member. We have all of our lists usually before there. I keep it pretty active, so check that out. But this is what we got going on for the list, and we're going to jump into some gameplay. So, like, again, like most other videos, not sure if we're going to get to more than a game or two, but we'll see how the deck performs. I just really want to see how this deck performs and show you what it, like, the essence of the deck in a video. You'd be surprised how many concedes and stuff we have. So, like I said, listen in the description or grab it from the videos. We went through the explanations. Stop and pause that video, and let's jump into some gameplay. Okay, so we are going to be rolling this this dice, flipping this coin. Let's see how we're going to start off here. We started off with heads, and we do want to go first. So allowing us to go first allows us to build more cards up in the Lost Zone. You only really want to be going second against Lost Zone decks. So let's see what we got here. Nothing crazy, but we do have Switch Cart, Battle VIP Pass. Like, this is a pretty solid hand if I've ever seen one. And maybe we'll even be able to go turn to Tina or turn to Cram or something going on. So we did hit a Raikou. So we're either playing against a Miraidon or Regieleki deck. We're going to start things off with Battle VIP Pass, kicking that off in the high gear. Right now, I'm not too worried about Manaphy. Big thing that I'm worried about is getting out some Comfeys. It looks like we prized a couple. We also prized our Cram. So there goes our plans of getting Cram. So we're going to go for Comfey. We have a Nest Ball in our hand. That's going to be able to grab out a Rad Greninja. Rad Greninja sounds pretty good here. And before I do anything, I want to try to use Flower Selecting. So let's go ahead and Switch Cart. So a lot of the Switch cards, the Escape Ropes, we're just using as switches to use more Flower Selecting. Not too much that we're doing with the healing. I don't care about the Battle VIP Pass too much. I also don't think I care about the Temple of Sinnoh at all, so I think I'm going to go for Battle VIP Pass first. Let's go ahead and grab another card out of here. Now, when it comes down to it, maybe Manaphy just is the sauce. I also don't see myself putting down another Tina, so let's go ahead and grab Sableye. Could put down double Tina. Maybe I'm just making a huge egregious error. I don't really like filling up my board, but with the weird state of Pokemon that we have in our hands, or in our prize cards, I should say, we're rolling with it. I don't care about Path as well here. Again, if they're playing either Miraidon, their abilities aren't anything super exciting. So it sucks to get rid of a bunch of our stadiums because, like, stadium, what are the odds? 3 in the deck. We are going to use concealed cards though, and this does allow us to get an energy. I'm going to slap an energy onto the Tina V. We'll deal with everything else later. Hopefully we can get a turn to Tina, or a turn, like, we just need to start building up some stuff anyway. So let's roll with it. Let's end our turn, and we'll see how things go with whatever our opponent's throwing out here. And we'll find out very quickly if it is a Miraidon deck, if it is a, does not look like Miraidon anymore, it does look like a Lost Zone box. Now, Lost Zone box might be difficult for us to deal with because, again, I mean, we're a little bit slower, we have a little bit more high HP, the 280 with the Tina V-Star doesn't really matter too much when it comes to this deck. But our changes don't really affect things. Their Path to the Peak's not going to be great. They use Fleet-Footed. Temple of Sinnoh, they don't really play special energies. So, like, while we did make some, like, interesting choices when it came down to Flower Selecting, and not interesting because we're making the wrong choice, I think Flower Selecting just gave us some really awkward choices. I am happy that we have Manaphy down. I am happy about a lot of things. So the way that I'm looking at it is if they don't put Manaphy down, and you can see that they're grabbing Manaphy right there from their Hisuian Heavy Ball, we might want to just start attacking into their Pokemon. I was going to say with Radiant Greninja, but you can see they're doing a little bit better than us this game. And I only imagine that they're going to be able to get Comfey to get the last... Oh, is there something that I missed? It looks like they did have 4 in their Lost Zone. Okay, they do have 4 now. Sweet. This being said, I'm going to send up Comfey. Might as well use that. I don't know how I really want to be dealing with this because we need to be getting cards in the Lost Zone ASAP. We only have 2. This turn, I'd really like to get 5. And I don't know if we're going to get 5. But let's go with... I don't think we want to go with Artisan because there's nothing in the deck that I really care about. Let's go Colress. Lost Vacuum sounds really good. Boss's Orders probably is not going to matter a lot. Let's grab some energy, so at least we have access to those. So that's going to bring us from 2 to the Lost Zone to 4 to the Lost Zone. We're pretty close with Lost Vacuum. If we're able to get something else, we might be able to get there. Let's go flower selecting here. And I'm willing to get rid of this Roxanne. I think that seems valid. So Roxanne goes away. We have one more chance here. We could also go with like Super Rod to get back. So I'm going to keep the Artisan open in case we need one more thing. Let's go concealed cards. I am going to discard a Psychic Energy because I don't think we have... Maybe we do have a Psychic Energy in there. Go back. I'm going to discard a Water Energy, so changing that up a little bit. The Cleansing Gloves here does allow us to get to enough in the Lost Zone in order to use Mirage Gates. So we're at 5. We could go Cleansing Gloves, Lost Vacuum, and put another thing in there. The thing that we have that's like kind of worrisome, and I mean, again, we're going to go for it because why not? Let's put our cards in here because we don't care about those. Let's go Comfey. We are going to go use Artisan for the Comfey. So this is like where we can make some really cool plays with this deck. So we are going to go Comfey there. And if we get Mirage Gate, at least we can get a knockout. Because we get Lost Vacuum, Cleansing Gloves, and take care of Tina or something in our hands. Let's go Jet Energy onto Comfey. So we haven't attached our energy for the turn. We haven't retreated for our turn. You can see that this Comfey now has the energy, and we might be able to Mirage Gates. It would have been so fantastic, by the way, if we literally just could have got anything. I am going to go ahead and I really want to use the Roxanne. But we are going to go like that. And I'm also fine just unfortunately losing this Comfey. I don't know if there's anything else. What I think I'm going to do is go Cleansing Gloves, Lost Vacuum, away Tina taking away the Cleansing Gloves. And you can see that now we're at the 8 in our Lost Zone. So we got a lot of cards in our Lost Zone this turn. Next turn, I think we're chilling on that. I'd really like to get off double Comfey next turn, if possible, since we don't have Colress in our hand or anything else like that. So what I'm unfortunately going to do is retreat into a... I think I'm going to retreat into Greninja and kind of force them to, like, hit it for damage. So we might be able to get something off of Iono. We're really looking for a Switch, an Escape Rope, anything else like that. So I hope... There's a lot of I hopes when it comes down to it. So you might see us struggle a little bit against a Lost Zone variant. The reason why is because they have less big cards. They're automatically going. Unfortunately, I'm going to send this up. I don't want to get rid of a Comfey because we did prize 2 Comfeys. And we did prize a Cramorant. If we had Cramorant this game, I feel like a lot better. And I probably wouldn't even use Tina VSTAR at all had we known. So again, we just try to convert our deck into a very basic Lost Zone box deck when we're playing against these matchups. And I'm sure they're just going to go Cram. But at least next turn we could start using Sableye. At least I hope so. That's the plan. Comfey, Jet Energy. So we need to get Sableye and we need to get a... we need to get Sableye and Mirage Gate is what we're looking for. The thing that also worries me is that we might not necessarily have access to all the Sableyes we want throughout the game just due to like weird like prizing issues or just weird Super Rod issues. Like, so the Tina deck does have some downfalls when it comes back to it. Its recovery might not necessarily be the best. We are going to go Artisan here. Artisan does allow us to grab our other Sableye out of the deck. And let's go for Flower Selecting to bring us to 9. Pretty easy choice there, unfortunately. We are going to go with the Jet Energy play here. So you can see we've made a lot of use out of the Jet Energy. Even if we're not winning, our strategies are working the way that we want them to. I am going to go Flower Selecting here again. And here I'm actually fine just with the Escape Rope. I really think that we have to go with Escape Rope. Before I do anything else, I am going to Concealed Cards. I'm just going to Concealed Cards away this Grass Energy. We could always get it back if we really need to. So far, not so great. We are going to go Escape Rope to keep the Comfey energy there. So let's go Escape Rope. Hopefully they send up something like the Radiant Greninja. We do have our 10 in our Lost Zone, so we are able to use Lost Mine. I am going to drop a Path to the Peak. I am going to drop an Iono. So we can't use Iono. We did get to 10 in the Lost Zone. That is something cool that we have going on, at least with this game. Okay, there's Comfey. Comfey is a card that we're not going to be attacking. We really wanted to attack the Manaphy. But let's go Path, let's go Iono, and let's hope that they don't really get too much going on here. We do need Mirage Gate, and if we miss Mirage Gate, I think I'm going to concede this game. But we did get it. That is kind of cool. And I am going to go with Tina V-Star. Now, maybe we could go boss on the Raikou late game and do some damage. Let's go Mirage Gate. And Mirage Gate's going to go like this, Water Energy. Cool with that. And let's go with Lost Mine. So really, it's a race of who can get off Lost Mine first, because that attack is doing one more than Cramorant. So let's go ahead and go 4, 3. We have 5 left. I think the 5 that we want to be going on here, I don't want to put them on the Comfey. They've used 1 copy of Switch Carts. What have they used in their Lost Zone? Inspect board, Lost Zone. Our opponent has not used enough. So they probably have access to 3 more Switch Carts. So if they're going to be doing things with Switch Carts, then I don't want to be putting it there. I think I want to just start I'm fine with them knocking out with Cramorant, though. We're going to go 4 here, and then we're going to put 1 here. I could have put the 1 there on the Radiant Greninja. The 1 on the Radiant Greninja probably would have been better. PTCG Live caused me a little bit of panic there. We do have our other Sableye in our discard pile, so we are looking for a Super Rod, by the way. Might be tough for us to find, so we have to probably find a different attacker. They also need to find a way to get out. They need to find a way to get out of some things. Yeah, there's their Switch Cart there. Probably just going to attack with Cram for what it's worth. Okay, so we're going to set up our Comfey. That's fine. We're going to see what we could do. They're still under Path. They didn't really do too much. They're at 3 prize cards. We're at 5 prize cards. We will try our best to kind of like come back here. Let's go Flower Selecting. I think, unfortunately, we need Super Rod. And Super Rod's going to search us for Sableye, Psychic. And before we do anything, I guess we want to go Colress now. That's a pretty viable choice. So let's go Colress's Experiments. We're going to grab Sableye. We don't need Tina. We're actually just going to grab those 3. So, I mean, so far, so good. We could go Escape Rope again, because we're not really doing a whole bunch of damage. Maybe we do want to take advantage of, like, what they're doing here. I don't want to put Sableye down. I think I'm just going to go Mirage Gate. Water Psychic. Water Psychic. Sure. We are like running out of energy, so that's probably our last Sableye. I am going to put a Water Energy here. I am going to go ahead and I am going to go like Escape Rope here. Yeah, we are, like, I think we are really running out of options. So our recovery is, like, this game did not get a whole bunch because we didn't get our Cram turns off. Not sure if we'll get to the ending line. I mean, I think there's 2 prize cards, so I just need to draw 3 prize cards. I think I'm going to end up knocking out 3 of the Pokemon that are in play. And that's going to be a tough one. 1 prize card, 2 prize card, 3 prize card. So I think what I'm going to do here is Moonlight Shuriken. So 180, 300, 300, minus, so 110, 180. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Moonlight Shuriken, knocking out nothing. I'm going to actually just put the damage counters here. It sucks to put them in a Comfey position, but right now, since there's 40 HP, 1, 1, and 6. I can go Sableye next turn, knock out all 3, as long as they don't do any like switch card crazy things. They also already used their V-Star for their turn. They also just gave us another option to draw prize cards, but really we're going to be trying to knock this out. So the Grass Energy is going to go on the Tina, and as long as they just don't knock out 2 of our Pokemon, we're chilling. So I think we're able to go 71, 8 plus 4 as a knockout. So as long as they don't play their 3rd switch cards, their 4th switch card, we will be able to draw a 3 prize card turn. I think they're only able to draw a 1 prize card turn here, depending on whatever they have. Oh, they're going with the turbo version that plays Trekking Shoes. So we are making a little bit of a comeback. I think we still have another boss's orders. I hope we didn't use both. I think what I want to do here is send up this. I think they're just going to get the attack with Cramorant off. Could be wrong. Let's double check ours again. Yeah, so they need to be attacking. Like, the issue that our opponent's been having is that they have not been attacking with the correct Pokemon. Like, their Cramorant's cool, but they're missing out. Like, they're overdoing. I'm doing more damage per turn, so we are catching up. I do want to keep the Comfey there. Actually, I'm going to actually just attach here. This is probably, or send this up. We still want to get off Flower Selecting, and we still have Switch Cart, so that's okay. I do need to go for Sableye here. Before doing anything, though, we do need to go Flower Selecting. Let's see. We need Boss. Okay. Boss. Sableye. Energy on Sableye. And I want to go for the Sableye because the Sableye is the hardest path for us. Let's retreat here into Sableye. And we're going to go Lost Mine. So for 3 prize cards, we can go ahead and Lost Mine. As long as my math is correct, 1 here. 4 here. 3, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to wipe our opponent's board of prize cards. And since we have Manaphy in play, unless they play Hawlucha, I don't think they can win the game this turn. And I think next turn we're able to boss that Raikou. So a little bit of a comeback, a little bit of a tight game, a little bit of an awkward game. I don't think they play Iono. I don't think they play Roxanne. We just need to have a Grass Energy. Now, my one mistake here is that well, not to say one mistake in the game. There could have been a couple where I could have played better, but I should have been able to Mirage Gate. I forgot that I had another Psychic Energy. I should have Mirage Gated to the Sableye, Grass Energy there, just to prepare for any Iono or Roxanne. So players can definitely prepare for those things a little bit better when it comes down to it. Definitely something to consider. We are not getting Iono'd, so as long as we don't lose, we win. I think we did a better job of going through our deck with more cards in the Lost Zone than our opponents earlier on in the game. And if they use Sableye, they are going to lose the game. We are able to go with our V-Star power, knocking this out next turn. We can knock out anything, right? So it doesn't matter if they were to Lost Vacuum, Bravery Charm, or anything else like that. Looks like we are in a fantastic position, and we'll see how our opponent really reacts. I think they're just going to use Mirage Gate to be able to retreat this turn. There's their Manaphy, just so that they don't lose to Radiant Greninja, even though I have 4 cards left in the deck. But I mean, anything's really possible. There's 4, 7, 8. So they're going to knock out the Sableye, which means we could just send up our Tina. And they're going to only be able to put 4 there, which means they were off by 30 damage. If they didn't attack with Cram every single turn, we would have been able to take this game. So that's something that's like really concerning, like on their behalf. But that's fine. Doesn't really matter too much. Everyone has opportunities to learn. We are going to go Raikou. This is the comeback of a century. And we're going to go for our V-Star attack, knocking them out since we have more than 10. Just going to beam it off, but we also could have hit it for 280. So goodbye, Raikou. We'll take our last 2 prize cards. and we do take the dub there. Great job to our opponent for putting up a fight, but we were able to get it with a little bit less damage, just a little bit more efficiently. Look at our 2 Pokemon, everyone. PTCG Live is fantastic. I love the blank archetype, but in all seriousness, the Tina deck really showed what it could do in this game. And that's what we got going on for this video today. You can see I'm tearing up a little bit. No, I just sneezed off camera. But yeah, Tina is pretty fantastic. We were able to win against a Lost Zone Mirror. Now, maybe if they attacked with Sableye a little bit earlier, it would have been a different case. But we found our opening, and we were able to knock out a mix of single prize card Pokemon, drawing multiple prize card in turn with Sableye, Radiant Greninja, and also using Tina V-Star effectively to knock out a 2-prizer. You really can't ask for too much more. I think the Cleansing Gloves is also fine. Everything seemed to work out the best it possibly could. There were a few things that, there's a lot of moving pieces like this deck, so like any other Lost Zone box deck, it can be a little bit of a more higher difficulty than normal, but I mean, it works, and I think Tina is here. I think Tina is very powerful, and there's a lot of things like Iono and Jet Energy, fantastic for the deck. No complaints there at all, so hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know in the comments if there's any other decks that you want me to cover on the channel. Otherwise, I have a list up on my whiteboard on my wall there, so we'll continuously cover and see exactly what's going on. But again, I really appreciate everyone watching, giving this video a like, subscribing to the channel, just even saying, yo, we love the vids, or yo, Zach, I hate you in the comments or whatever, because it boosts the YouTube algorithm. Really appreciative of all that. I'll catch up with all y'all later. This is again Zach Lesage from the Shuffle Squad. Peace out and have a great day. You made it to the end. Thank you so much for watching this entire video from the Shuffle Squad. Honestly, from the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate each and every person that supports our content, watches what we have going on every single day, every single week, even from time to time, and continuously allows us to have a forum to project our creative content towards the Pokemon TCG community. So if you haven't already, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and even leave a comment to help boost the YouTube algorithm. That being said, we'll catch you with our next video. Thanks again. Take it easy.